Well, welcome to Copperhead Road Homestead. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my hedgerow, property line, living fence, food forest up here. If you're interested in something like that, then stay tuned. I've walked you through my food forest and showed you some trees a few times. I'll do that again very quickly. I'll edit a lot out. This is a Bell of Georgia peach. This is a Pink Lady apple. This is a Wolf River apple. This is a McIntosh apple. This is a Johnny Gold apple. This is a yellow plum. This is a wine sap apple. This is a Liberty apple. This is a Granny Smith apple. This is a Red Haven peach. This is an Alberta peach. It actually has a couple of peaches on it this year for the first time. This is a Bing cherry. This is an Asian pear. This is a Toka or bubblegum plum. This is an autumn olive. This is a Montmorency pie cherry. This is an Arkansas black apple. Here's a nectarine. Here's a red delicious apple. This is a Kiefer pear. This is a moonglow pear. This is a pear. And that back there is a pear. Forget which ones, but I could look at my list. Here's a pawpaw beside this post. Here's a golden delicious apple. This is a sun red nectarine. Here's a North Star cherry. Here's another peach. Here's another apple, another peach, another apple. Here's a black Tartarian cherry. Here's a wild cherry. All that stuff is around my house and then around my friend Chad's tiny house that I've told you before about. He moved here from California and he lives in a tiny house over here on the property, and he's working on his illustration if you want to follow him. He's Hand Clones on Instagram. Really great guy. But I haven't told you a whole lot about the things up here. I've told you a little bit. There's a video I've done about these arbor vitae and about these black locusts. All of this is up here at the property line. And I also did a video telling you about the red bud that I've planted up here as well. But I've also planted some other things that I haven't told you about. I'll save discussing exactly about those trees till later, but I will tell you what they are. This right here is a nanny berry. And then I've got a red mulberry over here. They're all pretty low to the ground. And then I've got wild plums back here as well. I wanted to tell you exactly what I do. This isn't the food forest exactly. This is more of a hedgerow, living fence, food forest hedgerow kind of thing. So it is kind of a food forest because I've also got my sunchokes back here as well. I wanted to show you again, and I've showed you once before, how I manage it. You can kind of see what I've been doing over here. This area, this spot right here, I should have a redbud tree there, but I've looked and looked and looked and can't find it. So what I've been doing is trying, I don't know what happened to it. I don't know if it just, if I stepped it down or what. But what I've been doing is I've been trying to locate all of my trees. And you can see where I've done it on a few of them. I've been trying to locate all my trees, and then I'll stomp around it and push all the grass and all the weeds down. So take a look at what I've been doing. This is a red bud right here. You see it's got the yellow flagging tape on there. So what I do is, especially what I do is with the ones that have made it and that are alive, I'll come around and I'll push this grass down, but mostly what I'll do is just stomp it down. So again, I might go and get some mulch, some of the wood chips, but it would end up taking a lot of loads to do that, and it's kind of muddy over there right now. So I might just wait until a little bit further on in the summer and then suppress some of these weeds around there. But in the meantime, this is making good, biomass to put on there, just some other kind of mulch. So it's getting all that stuff from the ground, and then I'm pushing it down. So I've just been stomping it down. I just happen to have seen this in these in the weeds and all that stuff. A lot of times you find some wildlife. I found a turtle up here once last year, but here's a little toad. Hello, toad. Say hi to Tommy McTurtleson. Hi, Tommy. I'll just put him back down where he belongs. Papa says that they eat mosquito eggs. I don't know if that's so or not. Do you know? If you know if that's true, then comment down below and let me know one way or the other. I've already done it around this one, do you see? Right here's what I'm talking about with the Jerusalem artichokes. Here's a little red mulberry that I planted, and it's got a Jerusalem artichoke growing right in beside it. Apparently I had a row about the same place that I have these rows of red mulberry. I had a row of Jerusalem artichokes that I planted up here as part of my hedgerow food forest living fence. So I want to wait till this winter and dig up as many of these Jerusalem artichokes as I can and put them in other places. So we have that for our food forest pantry. I've talked to you about that before. If you haven't seen the video about Jerusalem artichokes being my favorite homestead survival plant, and I'll put a link to it right up here. Just going through and stomping these things down and making sure that they have plenty of room to grow and they're not choked out by the other things. This right here is one of these wild plums. You see it? I'm shaking it right here. This is one of these wild plums, and The thing with you know, these versus some cultivars is that they're wild and that they want to grow. They're almost like pests sometimes. So they're like weeds, like the Jerusalem artichokes and some of these other things. So they just keep on popping up. So the elderberry in my front yard, I've tried to get rid of it 2 or 3 years, and then I just embraced it. So I've got a big pile of them. So one of the reasons that I utilize this space up here like this is because it is an area that gets a great deal of sun. This is the north end of the property, and usually you get a little bit more sun from the south than you do anything else, and we don't have any trees over here in this field. We also, again, not that we have any problems at all with our neighbors, that's not it at all. We wanted to create a divide between this residential that's north of us and the farm that's back here for them and for us as well, because we're like anyone else and we value our privacy, and they do as well. We can see right into their backyard and they can see right into our backyard. So once all this stuff grows up, it'll create a forest of food for us, and it'll have all of this good biomass as well. So once it all grows up, we'll be able to shake these red mulberries and get as many mulberries as we want. We'll be able to come over here and get the wild plum, be able to get the nanny berries, they call them Indian raisins, I believe, and all these Jerusalem artichokes, the flowers off of the black locust, the flowers off of the red bud. You make tea out of the leaves of the Fuji arbor vitae green giant. I'm just kind of showing you what we're doing right now. I'm hoping that a lot of these survive. I got these from the Missouri Department of Conservation. They were pretty cheap. They were only like 70 cents a tree, and that's a way cheaper than you can buy seedlings from any other place. I've got a bunch of redbud in my woods over here, but if you calculate the time it takes to go and get them and dig them up and all that stuff, you gotta tag them beforehand. They're a whole lot harder to identify when they don't have their leaves. So I got all these, and the places where they've died, then I can go in the woods and I can tag a few and I can dig those up and put these over here. So it creates an entire hedgerow. So it'll be really beautiful when the black locust flower. There'll be flowers up here. Bees love that. The red bud, when they flower, they're some of the earliest ones to flower, and they're beautiful purple. So this is what we're doing up here at the property line. Let me show you again. We've got some other things. This over here is a chestnut tree, actually, and we've got some more of those. There's my bamboo up here. This is our, you know, you've got a lot of food forest. It's got a lot of polyculture in this, but this is our food forest hedgerow. So it's going to produce a lot of food for us in the future. If you like things like this and you want to see more of what we're doing with this, then like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. Select all so you never miss a notification. We do a live stream every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Central Time. We'd love to see you there. Thanks for coming.